Welcome to the 2022 IPF World Open Equipped Powerlifting Championships. Presented by Eleiko and SPD, we are live from Viborg, Denmark, in this the 50th anniversary year of the IPF. My name's Joe Whiteley. It's my absolute pleasure to be here commentating all week. Having the commentary booth with me, Gary Williams, and it's great to have you back, Gary.
Yeah, it's nice to be back behind the microphone as well. It's been a long stretch, and this has been an exciting couple of days already, and we're just warming up, really. And this class this afternoon is absolutely stacked with stars.
It really is. Stars of the World Games as well. We have Kimberly Johnson nominated in first place. This is kind of like a reverse order because this is the running order on your screen at the moment. So this is the order they will come out and do their squats. And as it's a rising bar, the lowest weight comes out first.
Yeah, I don't think Johnson's going to have it all her own way this week, though.
Absolutely not. Yensu Huang is a phenomenal lifter, and she is right up there in the nominations as well.
And Yang is a little bit lighter as well, giving her a little bit of an edge.
Okay, I haven't twigged that yet. She's 800 grams lighter. And how are we doing for lot numbers? But she has the lower lot numbers, so she doesn't have all the cards today. We are underway now with the 57 kilo women. And the first lifter out will be Janelle Brown. She is hot on the heels of her Masters win out in St. John's. She took the M1 57 kilo Masters world title in her last year as an M1, which is always
it's always something special, isn't it,
absolutely.
you know, to finish on top at the end.
And 3 weeks later, she is here at the Open.
We've had a few athletes that have turned around with a 3-week turnaround. It's a tough ask. And it's tough to manage your training and manage your peaks for those competitions as well. And this is going to be a tough field, this one. I mean, they're going to have to really think about their list because we've only got 10 lifters, sorry. These guys are loading those plates really fast. Oh, and that is just out of position.
Yeah, I think so. She's quite long-femored, so she's got to sit back quite a long way. And she was squeezing to depth. And I think
Just folded over a little bit there.
Yeah. I'm sure she can hit that next time out. Yeah, she hit 160 a couple of weeks ago in Canada, but you got to think the fatigue will be
Well, it's going to play
real.
a factor.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's Caitlin Manicki from USA. She's looking to open with 155.
At 155, this is shifting up to her best lift, so
First international though, so it's going to be a little bit nerve-wracking.
yeah, she handled that really well though.
Been lifting for 7 years, but this is her first IPF international, and it is a nerve-wracking thing.
It is. It's a completely different feeling, completely different world when you walk out onto that platform.
With the cameras and the lights, and the scariest of all, the IPF referees. So here's Andreea Vasilescu, Romania, for 155. This is already more than she's ever done on the platform.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know what competition she's done leading up to this and what her training's been going like, but you know, we'll watch and see this open lift.
Well, she squatted 120 at this competition last year, so we have seen some decent improvement, but that did look a little high.
Yeah, I'll wait for the referees, but
Oh, 2
she
to
gets
1
it on the
is a
board
good
though.
look.
160 on the bar now for Laura Savolainen, Sweden.
This is a much better angle.
160 kilos.
Yeah, from that side, it's hard to tell through the bar there.
Difficult one because that was the side she got a red light for depth. Laura Savolainen, Sweden,
Certainly no stranger.
160. Just missed the podium at the Euros earlier this year. don't think she's been lifting. I think we've seen her on the classic worlds
I'm
more than
just trying to
equipped.
recall. I
Yeah.
don't recall seeing her much in equipped or at all in equipped.
Again, I'm not sure of depth. I'm not just sure if it's the camera angle we've got there.
Yeah, I mean the position we're viewing from is a little bit up, so we're a little bit higher. So it does tend to make everything look a little bit higher.
Bar is loaded. 165 kilos, Melody Dalmont, runner.
Melody Dalmont, France for 165. First World Championships. She's competed at the European level before.
Yeah, a good preparation for IPF World Championships. Rocking the big two-prong Alico belt. One of our great sponsors.
Depth
That
for
looks
sure.
solid in depth there.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see.
Really nice descent as well.
You've convinced those referees very well, given nothing to think about.
Coaches are very happy indeed. And that's the thing, isn't it? You've got to put it beyond doubt. You don't want to leave a referee making a decision.
Make the decision for them.
Now, here comes Yang Tzu Huang, Chinese Taipei. There's a big team here this week.
Huge, and they have been really solid as well. Strong and consistent lifting. The coaches have been making absolutely outstanding lift choices from this team.
No,
They've been right on the money.
She's been moving up. She's had a bronze medal at Equip World. She had a silver medal in Stavanger. Is it her turn for the
Well,
gold?
can she bring the heat and challenge Johnson?
They competed. They both competed at the World Games. Huang finished just behind Johnson at that competition.
Oh, that's a tough opener.
Wow. I think she just lost tightness as she dropped in
Yeah,
there.
her knees look like they dropped at the bottom a little bit, and that can really throw you. And you can see the smile on the face. There was definitely something didn't work properly.
I mean, it looked great up to here. Drops in,
Yeah,
and
the
she
knees fall
slides
in.
backwards. Yeah. You need to keep pressing into those knee wraps.
Well, if she wants to challenge Johnson today, she has to be consistent.
Absolutely. And here's Sabrina Mancini, Italy, for 190. We're already into some phenomenal weights. These are all ladies that have weighed in under 57 kilo body weight. Took the silver medal at the Euros this year.
Just really sort of struggling to find a balance there and to find her position. Just wondering how it's going to affect. It looks like it has affected her lift a little bit.
Not sure.
Yeah, it did. She just wasn't confident on that bar.
So the red lights you see below the red lights, there are colour-coded failures, and the red card on squat is always for depth. And yeah, didn't quite manage to reach parallel, and you have to break through parallel, so the hip is lower than the top of the knee. Alessandra Cenigliaro, Italy, 195. Relatively new to international competition.
Yeah, and you're really sort of crunching pretty close to her best lift on this opener. Yeah, solid lift off though, which is good. Looks very steady under
Gives
it.
you confidence, a good solid pop out of the rack. I think that's borderline, could
It's
go
going to
either
be
way.
really close on that one. I'll wait for the referees, and it's 2 to 1.
195 on the bar now. Kimberly Johnson, US Virgin Islands. Bar is loaded for Johnson.
So here comes Kimberly Johnson. I think she's going to be, well, she's the favourite coming in. She's nominated
and I
in first.
I haven't seen Kimberly watch for a while. Kimberly lift for a while.
She made the podium in Stavanger.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, she did. She never stopped smiling the whole
That's
time.
right.
She didn't quite make the podium, just missed in at the World Games.
I don't think
July.
she ever stopped smiling. I was at the back in the warm-up room and she was smiling.
It's part of a powerlifting dynasty. Her brother was also at the World Games.
And
Her
look at the confidence.
dad was at the World Masters. Yeah, look at that smile. There it is. He knows she's done a good job.
Yeah, look, and she was confident walking out there. She was confident getting under the bar. And that is just going to boost her confidence as well.
So there are the, we were a little bit early for the standings. We have Emily Finnen from Germany first for 205.
She's still a junior, I think.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Nominated in 3rd place. She's the current junior European champion. In fact, she's the current junior world champion.
205, this is a massive lift, weighed in, spot on 57 kilos. Good depth looks good, but just having to grind it out.
And look at the support from the spotters. That means so much when you're under that bar.
You can see the shake of the head there. Well, that was heavier than I expected.
I think it was the length of time she spent squeezing down to depth when you're down in that position for such a long time.
Yeah, particularly in wraps and a squat suit, it is draining.
But she's on the board. Yep. That's what matters. She's on the board and she's in the lead. So there are the standings after the first round of squats, with Finnen leading from Chiniliaro from Johnson. Chiniliaro just slightly lighter than Johnson, that's why she's ahead with the same weight. But here's Janelle Brown, USVI. She's gone up 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a tough call, but that extra few kilos can just push her down.
Much better.
Looks like it did push her down a bit further there.
It looked like it was a technical error on her first one. She just tipped forward, but that looked much better. Caitlin Manicki, USA, 160 kilos on the bar. This is already personal best.
Opening lift moved quite well.
It looks like she's not getting much resistance at all from the suit or the rack.
Yeah.
Because she just hit straight to depth.
Seems to drop straight down into it. Probably look at wrapping those knees a bit tighter.
Yeah, as she came up there, she swung backwards and then pushed back into the wraps for the rest of the lift. Andreea Vasilescu, Romania, 165.
Yeah, adding 10 kilos to her opener at 155. This will be her best platform lift.
I'm not
It'll be
certain
close.
about that one.
It will be very close, and it's not close enough.
So it just needs a little bit of depth. The weight didn't slow her down much.
Yeah, look, and having looked at that, I mean, she shifted the weight really, really easily. I'd be inclined to put a bit more weight on there. She's confident with that weight.
Yep.
It's not an issue that's going to scare her off. Put a bit more on there. help push it down a little bit further.
We have Lara Savalainen on the platform right now. She's looking for 165, just pushed up another 5 kilos. Again, I think
good. It's going to be on borderline though.
Yeah.
She gets it in there. We stand corrected.
So just watch that back from the side again.
Wang and Mancini get ready. Bars loaded. 172.5 kilos. Darmon, France.
Next out, Melody Darmon, France, for 172.5. Now, she had a tough opener. It was a real grinder.
So we've gone up, what, 7.5 kilos. Perhaps that'll push down a bit further into the wraps, give her a little bit more spring out, a bit more speed.
I wonder if she just made a mistake and really had to grind through it to get to the top.
Oh, look at that. That was fantastic. Super fast.
Well, I now wonder if I had the wrong lifter. It may be so. So I hope I haven't done down one at a disservice there, but that was a great
Whichever
second
lift
lift.
it was, that was a fantastic
Yeah, it was.
second lift. Absolutely rocketed up.
Bars loaded. 192.5 kilos. Wang, Chinese Taipei.
And next out, Yinsu Huang, Chinese Taipei, for 192.5. We're right up against the best lift she's done in competition so far, which is 195.
Well, Chinese Taipei have been doing an amazing job in their coaching at selecting lifts all day yesterday, all day today. Their lift selections have just been spot on the money. Can they keep that up? Oh, it's tough. Just a
it's
bit too
not
tough
going.
there. She just couldn't keep the power on. Her knees fell a little bit. And it's really hard to generate power when your knees start to drop in.
With that really upright stance she's got there, you don't get a lot of grind with it. And she just could not push through. I mean, missed lifts at this level really impact your World Championship charge. Now, one more lifter with nothing on the board, and that's Sabrina Mancini of Italy.
Yeah, now
Gone
this
up
is really
10.
interesting. I mean, we missed the opener at 190. We've added a whole 10 to it.
It was depth though, so
Yeah.
that could be a thing. Just a bit of extra weight to drive her into the hole. And I think she spent quite a long time down at the bottom trying to hit depth, didn't she?
And that looked better.
Oh.
Oh.
That was well caught by Jan there.
Great spotting crew.
Sorry, ladies, no lift, no lift.
Making sure she's okay and everything. These guys do an amazing
Honestly,
job.
that's the man you want behind you if you're doing a big squat.
She was never in any danger or any risk there.
Gave him an unexpected Zercher.
Bars loaded. 202.5 kilos. Trinidad, Italy.
Wow,
Well, that's
those
a
guys
great
are
team.
fast.
Had her straight back in the rack there.
And the first thing he does is make sure she's okay.
Yeah. So we have her teammate out next, Alessandra Cenigliaro. 202.5 on the bar. Oh, she's lost her balance.
And she still
She-
has time.
She's got time. She didn't get the start
Yep,
command.
she never got the call, so she's still got time. And that's the importance of being out
Yes,
at the
absolutely.
bar on time. So when things don't go quite right, I've got time to fix it.
Looks more stable this time. Needs to get that start command. There we go.
going to be tight.
I don't know about that.
You know, I think she
No.
pulled up early, yeah. And I think that was a case of, you know, things have gone wrong with the setup. I've had to re-rack. I
She's a
pulled
little
up
bit
early
thrown,
because I've got
yeah.
a bit of nerves there.
Oh, she'd walked that weight out twice,
Twice.
and the walk out in wraps and a suit is not an easy.
And if you've never been involved in quick lifting, if you're at home watching this and you're new to quick lifting, wraps are not the most comfortable thing on the planet. It's
Master of understatement
It's
there,
difficult
Gary.
to walk. The longer you're wearing them, you're losing feeling in your feet.
You'd never know it from Kimberly Johnson's face though. Here she is with 207.5.
She's gotten off to a great start with that opener.
This will move her ahead of Finnern, with Finnern still to lift in this round. Oh, it's a tough one.
Oh, it is a bit tough.
I thought she was going to be able to grind through there, but
Yeah,
it
she
ground to a halt.
She looked very much like she was going to push all the way through there. I think she made that mature decision of, you know what, I'll get it on the next one. I'm not going to waste all this energy.
Her knees went back, and she just couldn't get anything more out of those wraps. But she gets another chance at that. And here is Emily Finnern of Germany for 212.5.
Oh, she's got those wraps tight. You'd watch her walk out to the platform and those knees did not move at all. Yeah, it's very much a balancing act with wraps, finding it, you know, the right tension. And I think she's got the right tension on that.
Wow.
That was textbook.
3 white lights, a superb squat from Emily Finnern.
That was textbook, looking at getting the balance right. Those knee wraps were tight. She had 212. Look at the bar, push her through, and
But she
she
used
gets
them well as well,
everything out
kept
of
the
it.
pressure into the wraps. And that was great. I'm just looking up now at what the world record is.
225.
I'm not sure. She's in a tight race. You can't always do exactly what you want and go
It's
for a
nice
record.
to go for a world record, but if you're in a tight race, it's
Yeah.
a big, big risk.
She's going to want every possible kilo, and pushing out all that way to 225 might just be a step too far. The important thing is to win. So here we go, third round, and this is Caitlin Manicki, USA for 162.5.
Looking to go 3 from 3. Big personal best. Oh, she just couldn't quite grind all the way. She put in a huge, huge effort though. It's always interesting to look at knee wraps and all the different styles and different techniques for wrapping. You know, and everyone has their own particular way they want it done. You can't just get anyone to wrap your knees. You have a particular way you'd like to have it done.
That's another factor of coming to an international, isn't it? You might not have your own coach to wrap your knees.
Yeah, you've had your coach wrapping them in training every time the same way over and over again. And now, even if you explain it really well, it's still going to be a little bit different.
Absolutely. So here's Andreea Vasilescu, Romania, for 165. She missed this last time on depth. Hopefully she can just press into that equipment a little bit harder.
Doesn't look like she's got a whole lot of tightness on the knee wraps.
She stood up with it well enough.
She certainly did, but just not deep
quite
enough.
Deep enough.
She has plenty of strength. She's moving that bar very, very easily. She's holding it very nicely in a great position there. Just needs to sit down a little bit further.
Janelle Brown is out next for 165.
smooth,
Yes,
but was it deep enough?
I'm not sure. 2-1, it was.
That was one of her smoothest looking lifts, I think.
Yeah, it was a nice looking squat. Next out, Laura Savolainen, Sweden for 170.
There's certainly plenty of experience and plenty of opportunities in Sweden for powerlifting. This is home of Aliko. Their training centre and headquarters there.
Team always brings great energy.
They certainly do. And there's some great lifters out of Sweden as well. Great history.
Not quite.
Well, she certainly gave it a good effort. You could see her facial expressions change. There was that moment where she thought she had it and could grind through, and then the moment where she decided, no, I haven't.
I'm looking at the jury member on his feet.
Robert Keller's standing up. We've got something happening.
So the Romanian lifter, Vasilescu. Good lift for Vasilescu. That was overturned by the jury. We have a 3-person jury, and they have a slow motion replay on their desk, so they can review the decisions made by the referees if it was 2-1. So this is a Melody Dramont, France, for 180.
Well, this is going to be an enormous personal best for her, I think. And her second lift was rocket fast.
That's a great
that
third.
Was a fantastic lift. You can just see how tough it is. I mean, you have a look on her face there, just how tough it is out there doing these lifts. Absolutely fantastic.
Yensu Huang, 192.5. Now she missed
the
this
second.
last
Was
time.
it on depth, or she
No,
just couldn't lift it?
She didn't stand up with it.
Ah.
She ground to a halt, and that was it.
Well, this will be interesting because Chinese Taipei have been really good with their lift selections. It's quite unusual that they pick something that was.
So maybe that was just a small technical error. You can't always see the errors that the lifters make. Sometimes it's such a tiny, mistake, but the weight is so heavy at this point.
That's it. I mean, equipped lifting is so much more unforgiving.
Very stable into the bar, controlling the weight well. And I think she'll get it this time.
Yeah, and that's what her second lift should have looked like.
Great lift there for Yensu Huang.
We are loading about 200 kilos. The Sabrina Mancini
No.
needs this to stay in the game. I don't care where you're from. I don't care who you're behind. Let's all get behind her when she comes out. The bar is.
So now we have a lifter in trouble, Sabrina Mancini from Italy, for her second attempt at 200.
This is one of the toughest positions to be in. I mean, no matter how confident you are, no matter how much you shake it off, those two missed lifts are sitting in your mind.
So the first one was depth. I think the second one, did she overbalance at the top?
Yeah, the second one, I think the second one she overbalanced before the rack command.
Yeah.
So it's really tough coming out there on a third lift with two missed. You are second guessing everything you've done for the last two lifts.
Believe me, I know. I've been in this position. She just needs to keep her nerve. I'm not sure of the depth though. She's so strong. That is such a shame.
Not deep enough. It's going to be extremely disappointing. And 3 red lights, you cannot contend the jury with 3 red lights.
You can only go to the jury for 2-1. And as we watch that back, that's clearly high. She's so strong, that is such a shame. So, last 3 lifts, and these are going to be the squat medal winners. Alessandra Cinigliaro, she missed to her 2.5. On depth, she's gone up to 205.
This won't change her squat ranking.
Wow, how
Stood up
strong.
very quickly.
But no depth.
Just not getting down there.
Yeah, that's a real shame. But
So,
she's on the board at least. She got 195 and she's currently in silver medal position on squat, with Kimberly Johnson still to come out to retake to a 7.5.
so Kimberly Johnson could now put herself in the silver medal position.
Now she missed a second. She missed this weight last time. It just seemed like she just ran out of steam halfway up, but maybe she just got a tiny bit out of position. I know she's done more than this in the past.
Doesn't take much in equip lifting. One tiny little thing and it throws everything off.
Look at that. You have to wonder what happened last time.
You've got to ask the question, what went wrong?
So that moves Kimberly Johnson up to silver medal in squat. That was a great squat. You have to think she had more there.
Yeah, and I think she knows she had more, but she played the safe card, went out for the same weight.
One squat remains, and that's Emily Finnen, Germany. 217.5 kilos.
Now, on her last lift, she had those wraps dialed in perfectly.
Only
And
5 kilos off the junior record.
Looks like she's dialed them in pretty well again. Let's see how tough it is on her.
Not quite.
Just couldn't get the speed there. She didn't quite get as deep on that one.
Nevertheless, she takes the squat gold and she is in the lead as we go into the rest of the competition.
Yeah, you can see there she just didn't quite get the same depth.
We're going to take a 20-minute break now, and I hope you'll join us back here for bench. Welcome back to the 2022 IPF Open Equipped Powerlifting Championships. We are partway through the 57 kilo class, and we've seen some phenomenal squats so far.
Yeah, it's been outstanding. There's been some heartbreak out there on the floor as well. And I've just noticed on the screen there, Mancini didn't get a squat, did she?
No, unfortunately, and it was such a shame. She looked so strong under the bar. She missed 2 on depth and then lost her balance at the top with 1, which was a real shame. But she can still compete for bench and deadlift medals, so hopefully she'll continue in the competition. And we just have a few seconds to go now before we start the bench press part of the competition. This is my favourite, equip bench.
I have to admit, I am a bench press person myself. Absolutely love this. I think it's probably one of the most technical. You know,
I think
lot of
it's one of the most strategic and exciting aspects of powerlifting.
A lot of your gym goers will sort of think it's it's a straightforward lift, but it's highly technical, and in equipped at this level, it's even more technical.
Absolutely. So here comes Masters World Champion Janelle Brown from USVI. She's opening her account with 70 kilos. Nice, that's quite a narrow grip.
Yeah, quite a narrow grip, but I noticed the shirt sort of dragged her off to one side a little bit. And that's the thing with the shirt too. I mean, if you've got it slightly twisted on one side, it will pull you over a little bit.
And next out is Andrea Vasilescu. Struggled a little bit, she only got her opener on squat. Let's see if bench goes a little bit better for her. Opening with 92.5.
Never benched in a shirt before, it's not an easy thing to master. It's not something you could just put on a bench shirt and suddenly you add 100 kilos to your bench. It takes quite a bit of time to really learn how to use it properly.
And then you lose a few pounds and it doesn't fit the same anymore and it's completely different.
Yeah, suddenly it fits like a t-shirt on the day of competition. Good elbow position there. From this angle, it looked good. And she gets
a yellow card from the side referee, so I wonder if that was for butt lift. You must keep your head, shoulders and butt in contact with the bench and your feet flat on the floor. No butt lift there.
Looks pretty good. Might have seen something from the other side.
Nevertheless, it was a good lift. No one records how many white lights you get.
Yeah, it doesn't add anything to your points.
Caitlin Manicki, USA, for 102.5.
A lot of the athletes here this week rocking the Titan Super Katanas.
I think it's by far the most popular shirt. I think something like 80-85% of lifters are wearing it.
Oh, that was a nice lift, that was.
That was a lovely opener.
Yeah, she really knows how to use that shirt.
Next up, Melody Dramont, France, for 102.5.
She looked really strong on the squats.
Just taking a moment to explain what she really needs from her handoff.
And a great man in her corner there, looking on, handling her today.
Is that Hassan? Yeah,
yep.
Hassan El Belkiti. Only
Straight off the
moments
platform.
ago, he won the world title, and he's coaching already.
Oh, a little bit wobbly. wobbly on the touch there,
Yeah.
a little bit wobbly at the top.
And it bounced a little on the chest, so
She gets it on the board.
2-1, good lift.
Italy, Emiliano and Savolainen. Ready. Bars loaded, 105 kilos. Mancini, Italy.
So here's Sabrina Mancini for 105.
Yeah, and I mean, she really wants to get this one on the board to, give her that confidence back again, feeling strong again after having such a rough run on squats.
I'm a little bit concerned that her shirt was slipping up her chest as she was setting up there. Hopefully that's fine and this goes well.
She got great speed off the chest, but just didn't stay with it. Has she managed to do enough?
She has, she's on the board.
Well done.
The blue card on bench can be either for soft lockout or for downward movement of the bar. But I wonder if she just lost the shirt position.
Yeah,
it
and
went
it was
straight
for
up,
downward,
didn't
a little bit of downward on the left-hand side. We should explain that downward movement of the bar is the whole bar.
it? Yes, not just one end.
So that's why you can get a red on one side and not the other.
Now I've just seen some movement
Yeah,
from
Robert
the
Keller
jury.
was standing up there.
So we're just waiting to bring you the information on what that was. But here's, Mancini.
Looks like
That was a no
Mancini's
lift.
lift was overturned.
This is Alessandra Cinigliaro, Italy for 107.5.
Oh, that's a bad
drop.
touch there, but she's managed to recover.
Wow.
How on earth did she do that?
3 white lines and a good lift for Emiliano.
And it came down and shifted forward on
And
the
we
touch.
both groaned in unison as it dropped.
I would have packed my bag and gone home if it dropped like that. But somehow she managed to recover that.
Just got underneath it. Her elbows were in a perfect place and drove that all the way home.
That was brilliant work.
Laura Savolainen, Sweden for 112.5.
And you'll notice a lot of the athletes are wearing a much thinner belt. That is made specifically for bench press.
Now the shirt wants to head north and choke you out, so the belt is to try and keep it in place. A thin belt wasn't enough for me. I have my SBD belt
I
to
wear my
lock
SBD belt.
shirt down. Good touch. And good press.
Nicely done. Yeah, no, I wear the SBD belt when I'm benching with a shirt, and it's a compromise between so tight that I can't breathe, or leave a little bit of space
And then the shirt slips.
have a little bit of shirt slip.
Bar loaded, 135 kilos. Johnson, US Virgin Islands.
Here comes Kimberly Johnson. She's looking to open with 135. Current PB is 145.
She's very composed and professional, isn't she? Straight out. This is how I want to lift off.
The world record is 156,
That is huge.
which is, I think, Erica Bueno. Great positioning there.
Yeah, and look at that.
Ah, it's a fantastic
Elbows
bench.
tucked
And there's
absolutely
the
perfectly.
smile. She knows she's done a good bench.
With those elbows tucked in, bring the bar down.
Bars loaded, 140 kilos. White, Chinese Taipei. Last 2 lifts in round 1.
Next out, Yensu Huang, Chinese Taipei. She is opening with 140. PB is 152.5.
Chinese Taipei, can they keep up their track record of excellent lift selections?
Actually, that PB is slightly out of date. She did 155 at the World Games. Wow, that was super easy.
That was a very good opener. Yeah, she is doing a really good job of putting herself in a good position.
Is loading. 142.5 kilos, Vision Jelly.
Emily Finnern. I'm saying she had a great day. She did miss her third squat, but it was enough to give her the squat gold.
This is a massive 142 and a half. And remembering that these ladies weigh in at under 57. And we're looking at 2.5 or more than 2.5 times body weight.
Oh, lovely.
Speed was fantastic, and that is key with a quick bench, is getting that speed off the chest and following it through.
I'm really impressed by Emily this competition. Her lifts have shot up this year. I think she's put about 100 kilos on a total this year.
Yeah, she is really on fire. You know, she's at a great age to progress really quickly. She's still junior, still progressing really fast.
So here's Janelle Brown, 77 and a half.
Oh, struggling to lock out that right side.
Not sure she clanged it
She
on the
got it
rack
there,
a little
though.
bit, but it's a good lift. Hitting the rack is not a fail in itself. Ah, she didn't hit the rack.
Yeah, it can hit the rack as long as it doesn't move the bar down and it doesn't appear that the rack is providing support to the lift.
Andreea Vasilescu, Romania, for 97 and a half. Matches her current PB.
Trying to get up on those shoulders, it's such a hard thing to do, set up in a shirt. You have such limited movement.
Don't see many self-handouts on equipped bench. Oh, that's not going
No,
anywhere.
just didn't quite get the speed off the chest.
Sorry, that is no lift. No lift at 107.5 kilos.
I can't even hand out a warm-up in a shirt. Yeah, just didn't really get the right angle there. Looks like she pressed straight up.
So here's Sabrina Mancini. She hasn't got a lift on the board yet. Unfortunately, got her first bench overturned.
She's having a really tough day at the office. And, you know, when you get to this point, your confidence is taken a whack as well.
That looked great.
All right, from this angle, I cannot see anything wrong with it. Referees agree.
3 white lights and she's got one on the board.
That was a fantastic lift. It moved super fast. And it's a tough day because she was strong in the squats. She just couldn't get the depth.
Here's Caitlin Manicki, USA, for 107.5. Current best is 110.
Yeah, I was just looking at the world junior record at 152.5, remembering that Finnan's still a junior.
Ah, and her second is posted as 147.5. Good spot.
Yeah, it'd be tough though. She'd have to go 155 though, because she can't chip.
True.
But still in striking range, you never know. Oh, she's trying to grind it out, but her butt has got to be off Surely,
She tried
even from the front,
everything
we
she
can see
could
that.
there.
She gave it everything she had.
Yeah, as you start to struggle, like you say, the body recruits everything it can.
It does everything.
Melody d'Amour, France, for 107.5.
Yeah, she's looking really strong. She's chipping away at that total at the moment, just trying to work her way up the rankings a little bit.
Now, was there a dip?
Yeah, it's hard to see from this side. And it was, yeah, we got 3 reds, unfortunately. This is a better angle.
Alessandra Cinigliaro, Italy, for 112.5.
This is a personal best, I think. She opened on a personal best, I think.
Relatively new lifter, so there's a little bit of newbie games still going on.
Yeah, and particularly in equip lifting, you progress quite quickly when you start learning how to use that equipment really well. And she has a really good grasp on how to use that shirt.
That's a good lift. A little bit of a wandering bar path on the descent.
Yeah, she handles it really
It went
well.
straight up. Laura Savalainen for 117.5. Made light work of 112.5 for her opener.
Yeah, I think she'll manage this really well. She gets right up on those shoulders.
Bouncing about a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the referee's call on this one. Yeah, for the centre ref there, she did get a red light, but she gets the 2 whites.
She is delighted with that.
Yeah, it was just a wobble around.
Next out, Kimberly Johnson for 140 kilos.
Well, this is important, this end of the bench press now for Kimberly Johnson, because missing a lift here can very much open the door, and we just saw that in the men's, how easily and how quickly things change.
Oh, did you see her shirt slide up her chest?
Really did, didn't it? And that's what
Didn't
happened.
stop her, though.
It didn't stop her, but that's a really good example. We're talking about wearing a belt to stop that shirt from moving, and that was a really good view of what happens. And thankfully for her, it didn't affect her lift.
Now here is Yensu Huang with 147.5.
Her opener was outstanding.
So I paused then because I could see that the jury is talking to the table. I think we have an overturn, but I'm not sure who it is.
Yeah, we just had another red added to the screen, but I'm not sure whose it was.
But here we have Yensu Huang, 7.5
moves the way it should move. Be very interested to see her third lift selection. But she doesn't want to be taking any risks.
Really great control there. Fantastic bench for Emily.
It was fast.
So that means that with 2 rounds of bench done, here we have the bench standings. So Huang, who's lighter, is ahead of Finan, and Kimberly Johnson is currently in bronze medal position. Third round now, and here's Janelle Brown for 82.5. I was about to say, it looked like that shirt offered no resistance
It came
at all
down
on the
very
descent.
fast, like she wasn't wearing a shirt. I think that was all her, that one.
So here's Andrea Vasilescu for 97.5. She just missed this last time. Couldn't get it back to the top.
Yeah, this is the stage of the competition. You're really starting to feel the time and the fatigue now. You've done your 3 squats, you were feeling pretty good. Now you're starting to fatigue, and this is where a missed lift can really mess with your head. You know, particularly if you're not a lover of bench, you're just trying to get through this and get to the deadlift.
How dare you?
Everyone loves bench.
That's a tough
Oh,
one.
she's fighting it though. I think she's going to get it. Oh, just can't quite lock it
Really
out.
hard to tell from that angle exactly what's going on, but that was just a little bit too heavy.
Not getting a lot of speed and distance off the chest.
It's a tough lockout, but she pushed through.
And she's got it there. Has she done enough?
Oh, what a
2
shame.
red lights. Coach will go to the jury for sure on that one.
Yeah, because she got 2 different coloured lights, so the referees don't agree on what the failure was. Her butt was off the bench though, so I don't think her coach is going to get
a whole
anywhere.
lot of luck there.
Yeah. It's always worth a punt though. And here's Melody Dalmont from France for 110. Missed 107.5. Gone up.
And sometimes, sometimes going to the jury is tactical as well.
Oh, look at her shirt slipping as she sets up.
Oh, it's going to be difficult.
I don't understand why people don't wear a belt. And I know it doesn't affect some people. Wow, I kind of missed what happened there.
Well, there hasn't been, she wasn't set up. I know the referee's calling. I'm not entirely sure there. She hadn't set up or started the lift or anything. I hope that the
coach is absolutely going to the jury.
Yeah, he's going to the jury. And
it may be that she gets an attempt at the end. But for the moment, we have Sabrina Mancini looking for 112.5. She was successful with 107.5 for her second.
Yeah, she didn't get her opener. drive and confidence is coming back now. She's got that one on the board. It's certainly nice to get this one on the board as well. I don't think she's going to be able to lock that out.
Just a little bit too heavy, unfortunately. Not having the best day today.
Yeah, and you know, in equip lifting, you have competitions like that where just nothing works properly. You know, there's nothing that you've done wrong. You've prepped properly. Everything, it just happens like that. You know, you've got to add travel in and different foods and jet lag depending on where you've come from.
This is Alessandra Cinigliaro, Italy, 117.5.
She's had 2 good lifts so far. Just wants to add a couple of extra kilos to that total. Oh, that was a tough one.
It was. It looked to be hovering a little.
Yeah.
That's why I think the centre ref hesitated.
She couldn't get the call because she just couldn't get that bar to sit properly.
I can see the coach taking the long walk to the jury table, but I'm not sure he's going to get anywhere with that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, but you know, sometimes you need to go to the jury. It also builds the confidence of the athlete as well. Sometimes it's tactical.
Laura Savalainen, 117.5.
I've certainly been guilty of walking to the jury to motivate my athlete.
So you go back and you say, look, I did what I could for you, mate.
You gotta put in the fight. Oh, I think she's got this. She thinks she's got it. And the refs agree, 3 white lights.
Well, there's no overturning 3 white lights. Really high arch position.
Yeah, super flexible there, isn't it?
Next out, Kimmy Johnson, USVI. She's only gone up 2.5.
Yeah, no, she's playing it really smart here. She knows that she's in a tough fight, tough battle for the top. And right now, we need to make smart decisions.
And speaking of smart decisions, I can see Emily Finnan has put in 152.5
very mature
to match,
choice,
but not take the bench record. Obviously considered that was the right number, and she wants every kilo she can to take the fight to the top 2. But here's Kimmy Johnson. She's put a belt on this time, look.
Yeah, and her shirt didn't slide.
Yeah. And that's a great lift. That's a massive
really
PB.
Good.
So interesting choice not to wear it on the second.
And I'm just trying to think back to whether she was wearing it on the first.
I
don't think she was. Yeah, I think you make a good point. I think Finnan made a really good choice at 152.5.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if you,
records
it's
are great.
It's great to go for the records, but you
win
take
first.
such a risk.
I think we've got a couple of athletes retaking their bench at the end of this round. In the meantime, we have Yensu Wang, Chinese Taipei, for 152.5.
Oh, he's working hard
That's
for
a tough
that.
one. Wow.
She's got it there though, and
What a
those
fight.
two whites, those third lift choices from Chinese Taipei this week are just spot on the money.
And Chen Liao will follow Finnan. They have been given an additional attempt by the jury. Bar is loaded. 152.
That was a tough press. She did so well
got
to
it
get
there.
that. It put her in gold medal position. In fact, she's now guaranteed the gold. And Emily Finnan, who is heavier, but Emily Finnan,
Yeah,
57.00, right on the money,
57.
will take the silver regardless of the result of this lift. Her bench shirt's already folded up, and look at it slide.
Doesn't seem to bother her.
It didn't at all.
Is she just wearing the shirt for decoration, maybe?
You have to think that 155 would have gone. However,
Yeah.
like we say, it was a
And it's
smart
such a
move.
risk, isn't it? You know, it could go, and it probably would have gone. But when you're locked in a battle on a possible world championship, to risk losing that possibility on a world record.
Now, we have gone back to, I don't think she's coming out for 9,110 kilos. I think that's 110 kilos.
Might be a slight misprint there. That would definitely be a world record. And
Okay, so she was awarded another lift. However, she's not coming out for it. So what happens sometimes, for no fault of the lifters, something goes wrong and they don't get the lift because of a mistake by the platform crew or the equipment or possibly even the referees. And because you can't give them that lift back, the best you can do is offer them the opportunity to take the lift again at the end of the round, which is what's happening
yeah,
now.
and it's a tough decision from the athlete whether to take that lift again, because essentially you're adding a fourth lift to your bench, which means you're doing 10 lifts for the day.
Also, you're using up time. You could be warming up your deadlift. In a single group like this, you only have 20 minutes between disciplines, so that's not very long to get out of a bench shirt and start warming up a deadlift at all.
Not at all.
So, we have another lifter retaking their third lift, and that's Alessandro Cinigliaro.
And I'm not sure what that one was overturned and awarded for.
Yeah, the smoke signals from the jury don't quite make it all the way to the commentary booth sometimes, so I'm not sure why this was a retake. However,
And she's out there and she's going to retake it. And you know, she's one of those lifters that's in a position where she's not necessarily challenging for an overall medal, but if someone makes a serious mistake, she could find herself in that position. So this lift is quite important. And she gets it with 3 white lights. Yeah, now if I remember rightly, her lift was overturned and then they went to the jury.
I did see the Swedish coach go to the jury, but it's hard to watch the lifting that's
Yeah.
going on and also keep track of that stuff as well. So, we were going to take a 20-minute break. You will not want to miss the deadlift.
It's going to come down to the wire.
Welcome back to the 2022 World Equipped Powerlifting Championships. We have the 57 kilo lifters on the platform at the moment. We've had the squat and the bench press, so here are the subtotals as they stand. Emily Finnan is really impressive today, and I just had a message back home from Germany that she had a very, very difficult weight cut. So that's why she's sitting at 57.00.
Kilos.
So for someone that's having a difficult weight cut, she is leading the field as a junior.
She's certainly
in
not
the
showing
open.
that on the platform at all.
However, she does not have the biggest deadlift, and we have Kimberly Johnson and Yen Su Huang looking to come past her. They're currently a little way behind, but they are opening their deadlift a long way
Johnson
ahead.
has got a superb deadlift, and she's been waiting for this deadlift session to really try and dominate. But it's going to be tough at the top. I mean, one mistake can open the door for anyone to come through.
Absolutely.
And one mistake, even you could move from 4th position into a bronze if someone makes a mistake. Now this is where smart lift selection is really important. When you're battling it out, when you've got a tough one at the top, you've got to get those selections right.
So we are underway now with deadlifts, and Andrea Vasilescu is going to lead us out with 140.
She's had a bit of a mixed bag today.
But she has a deadlift, she has a total,
Yeah, it looked very good too.
and that's no mean feat at an Equipped World Championships.
It certainly isn't. Yeah, part of the challenge in equipped lifting is actually just getting one on the board.
Here's Janelle Brown, USVI, looking for 142.5. Sumo is by far the most common stance in equipped lifting, because you get more out of sumo
Yeah,
stance.
it gives you the opportunity to actually get more out of the equipment. I mean, this is the lift that you probably get the least out of the equipment.
So it's a good lift for Janelle. And next out is Caitlin Manicki, USA. She's opening 150.
Yeah, just 10 kilos shy of a personal best.
Wow, did you see that? The amount of talc that dropped onto the platform
I just looked
there.
at that and saw she has certainly made good use of the talc.
It was a good lift, but I think she's left a bit of a slippy platform behind. So here's Emily Finnan. She was last out for squat, she was last out for bench. She is not last out for deadlift. She is team subtotal.
Yeah, this isn't her strongest lift, but she's done the work early on. She did the work in the squat, she did the work in the bench. Now the work she has to do here is just continue to add some kilos.
There we go, she's on the board.
Yeah, she's looking really good. She's having a really good day.
And here's Melody Darmon, France, opening with 165. She says her PB is 160 and this is 165.
Yeah, she's been strong today, so I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to watch this fly up.
And fly up it did.
Certainly did. It probably wasn't as smooth as she wanted.
170 on the line now for Yensu Huang, Chinese
A little bit messy at the top with lockout, but
170 kilos, Huang, Chinese Taipei.
nothing to be concerned of.
So here's Yensu Huang, one of the front runners for 170.
We'll get through this first round of deadlifts and then things will get interesting.
Nice. Do you think she anticipated the down command? Yeah.
Yeah, she did. I wasn't sure whether she went too early there or not, and it looks like she did.
That's a shame. That's going to put a real crimp in her style.
Well, it really does. I mean, we were talking about how easily something can open up here, and that.
And
I
she's
mean,
put the same in again.
yeah,
I
so
wondered if she'd go up because it was so easy. But that's a big risk.
yeah, so you know, has that just opened the door?
So here's Sabrina Mancini for 172.5.
Be nice to see her finish on 3 from 3 in the deadlift. And that looked very good.
Yeah, easy.
Rewind lights to Nico Mancini. 170.5 on the line now. Laura Savalainen, that is loaded for Savalainen of Sweden. Checking the arrow and Johnson, get ready.
Next out, Laura Savalainen. Looking for the same weight, 172.5. Just moved the bar well out of the range of that talc trap.
Very nicely executed.
I like that. Gives the weights a bit of a pat.
Yeah,
Well done. Behaved well.
Give the waffles a bit of a pat on the way out.
Johnson and Vasilescu, get ready. Last 2 lengths in round 1.
Alessandra Cinigliara.
Yeah, now this is interesting. She has a really good deadlift, and Hung, having just made that mistake, could possibly open the door for her to challenge for a medal.
80 kilos, Cinigliaro, Italy.
First, she's going to attempt 180. Reminder that this is the 57 kilo class. All these ladies have weighed in at 57 kilos or below. But this is a phenomenal deadlift.
Yeah, and she's done a lot more than this before as well. Oh, wow.
Fast.
She has a lot more in the tank.
185 on the line now for Kim Johnson, US Virgin Islands.
Can she make use of the opportunity and challenge for a medal?
So here comes Kimmy Johnson. This is a pivotal moment in the competition, I think.
Yeah, this can, I mean, again, this can make a difference. If this isn't a great lift,
She's not going to win it with her opener. She's going to have to make this fast and keep going. Wow.
well,
I think that makes a statement right
I
there.
think you just told everyone else, don't try and challenge. I've got plenty left.
That was a great
That was
lift.
fantastic. It was quick.
So here are the deadlift results so far, with Johnson leading from Cinigliaro, from Savalainen. But more importantly, hopefully we get to see the totals now.
Bars loaded, 150 kilos, Vasilescu, Romania.
So Kimberly Johnson leading the way with 5:35, ahead of Finn Earn with 5:20, and Cinigliaro has now popped
And
up
she
to
snuck
third
into
place.
that third
Yeah.
position. That's how simple. You know, one mistake and you've opened the door.
However, we have to realise that Huang doesn't have a lifting yet, so her total wasn't up. But here's Andreea Vasilescu, Romania, for 150, making short work of that.
Yeah, she did, didn't she? And I do like the way she runs off the platform there. Very happy.
Virgin Islands, Nikki and Finn, get ready. Bars loaded, 155 kilos, Janelle Brown, US Virgin Islands.
Janelle Brown now for 155. Been lifting for 20 years, very experienced competitor. Moves up to the M2s next year.
There's just so much experience on the platform over the last couple of days, isn't there? I think that was a good second attempt lift selection there.
Green white lights for the good lift for Brown, 157.5 now for Nikki, USA. Finn and Juan, get ready. Bars loaded, 157.5 kilos for Nikki, USA.
Next out is Caitlin Manicki, 157 and a half. Nice, once it got moving, it flew to lockout.
Yeah, once they broke the floor, it was nothing stopping it. I think she's bought shares in the talcum powder industry though.
I'm glad she was over her original talc trap. Didn't make another one. Now, here we go, Emily Finnan, 165.
Yeah, these are important lifts. She needs to be consistent. I mean, she doesn't have the biggest deadlift, but she's done the work early.
This will put her back within 5 kilos of Kimmy Johnson, with Kimmy Johnson still to lift.
Yeah, she doesn't need to worry about what Johnson's lifting. She just needs to worry about putting those kilos on and then look to see if she's close enough.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
So that's kept her in touch now.
170 on the bar now for Yen 2-1, Chinese Taipei. Now Paul and Savalainen, get ready. Bars loaded, 170 kilos, Wang, Chinese Taipei.
So here comes Yensu Wang. She is looking to just get a lift on the board now. I think it was smart to take the same weight again. This will put her into 3rd place overall.
Yeah, well, when you have got a lift on the board, you don't want to take that risk when you're in contention for medals.
Sometimes you have to go up to stay in touch though.
She waited for the command that time.
High risk, high reward. But she's up into 3rd place now. I think she's lost touch with the top 2.
Yeah, it'll be tough to catch up with the top 2 now. She's definitely out of touch from number 1, I think. Probably still maybe within reach
maybe
of the
so,
silver,
maybe so.
but she's going to have to watch behind her now as
But
well.
she's going to have to take a big jump. She's still in touch because she's dialed in a 15 kilo increase for her 3rd. So, Melody Dalmont, France for 175. Bit of a scrappy one.
Yeah, it's great to see that she's got long enough fingers to make use of a double overhand hook. It's a really nice pulling position to be in with the double overhand.
Doesn't mean scraping 2 sets of nails up your legs on the sumo though. Here's Laura Savalainen, Sweden for 180.
I coached a young fella many years ago whose hands were so big he could overhand hook grip an axle bar.
Wow.
Oh, great lift.
I love that part of the weights though.
Johnson, get ready. Last 3 lifts in round 2. Bars loaded, 45 kilos, Mancini.
So here's Sabrina Mancini. Opened with 175. She's gone up to 185.
Yeah, she's got a good deadlift. I mean, she could put herself in a medal position in deadlifts. It's quite possible.
Well, this will move her into first place with 2 lifters still to make their second deadlifts.
I mean, it'd certainly be nice to see her get on the podium for deadlifts. I mean, she's had a really tough day at the office, and that would just be a little bit of redemption. Looks good.
Yeah, a little bit more left in the tank there too.
Rewind lights and go for Mancini, 190 on bar now. Alessandra Cinigliaro, Italy. Johnson and Vasilescu, get ready. Bar is loaded. Cinigliaro.
Alessandra Cinigliaro, Italy for 190.
Yeah, it's just trying to close that gap a little bit and see if there's a possibility, see if there's an opportunity.
Well, I think there's a great opportunity for deadlift medals. This will take her into gold medal position with Kimmy Johnson still to pull.
And her opener at 180 looked fantastic.
And that didn't look much slower.
It moved very well.
Rewind lights, we look at Cinigliaro, 195.
She looks like she's still got a lot more room to move.
Virgin Islands. Last lift in round 2. Vasilescu, Lau, get ready. Moving to round 3 after this lift. Bar is loaded.
So here comes Johnson, USVI,
Johnson.
for 195. This is, I think this is the most she's done on the platform before.
And this will, I mean, this should put her out of reach. I mean, if she gets this on the board, this should pretty much make it difficult for anyone to overtake her in the totals.
I think she had a go at the world record last year, didn't quite get it. Tough lockout though.
Yeah, tough, but she has an interesting, the way she locked out is quite interesting. She really sort of gets it to the top and rolls the shoulders back and pushes the hips forward, which is great from a referee's perspective because it's really clearly locked out.
Sure. So here's where we are at the minute. Kimberly Johnson is leading with 5:45, Emily Finnan with 5:30, and Yensu Huang with 5:15. Under a little bit of pressure from Alessandro Cinigliaro on 5:02.5. So it is still all to play for in the 57s. So, third round of deadlifts, and we have Andreea Vasilescu, Romania, for 157.5.
It was a good third lift and gently placed back down.
Skips off the platform.
Selecting to wear knee sleeves on the deadlift.
I always find this very odd, but Kimberly Walford does so, and you can't say that she's odd on deadlift, so
No, that's right.
I always feel like it would catch the bottom of the knee sleeve.
Yeah, I've known a couple of people over the years. I think it's just one of those personal preference things.
Janelle Brown now for 160. These lifters need to be really careful of that patch of talc on the platform now.
Yeah, it's quite significant there at the moment.
Wow!
Oh,
that's a
just
tough
couldn't
one.
quite get there.
She doesn't seem too bothered.
She gave it everything she had.
Gives her a 397.5 kilo total. 9th place.
Yeah, you mentioned that talc on the platform there, and it's ever more significant in sumo.
Absolutely. So here's Caitlin Manicki. Added another 5 kilos for 162.5. Great final lift there.
Yeah, finished very strongly there. Very nice to see.
170 on the bar mat, Emily Simpson, Germany. Now Morgan's one to get ready.
So here's Emily Finnan. She's not going to be able to challenge for first place.
Yeah, but what she does have to make sure is she's done enough work to stop Hung from coming through
Yeah,
and taking the
absolutely.
silver. Because it is pretty close, but I don't think Hung has got enough in her to go 190.
No,
That'd be a big ask, I think. So
it would.
I
She's about
think,
to match her current PB.
yeah, I think Finn's done enough here to hold on to that silver.
She could do with finishing this off though.
She could. It's not going to though.
She is
Oh,
not
has
safe.
she just opened the door?
So she's in second place at the moment. But I wonder if
And she's the heaviest
she's
as
the heaviest.
well.
Yeah,
So
she's bang on 57.
all Hung has to do is match it. I think that's the first lift today that's looked.
Yep.
No, she's just gonna. If she's done the work, she's just gonna have to sit and wait now.
Bars loaded, we're getting 2.5 kilos. Now Morgan, round.
Here comes Melody Dalmont, France for 182.5.
And she's been strong all day, hasn't she? She looked good on the squat. She looked good on bench. Oh, it's tough.
Oh, she just locked her legs out a little
Yeah.
bit early there.
Sorry, that is no lift, no lift.
She did everything she could. And great to see a big smile on her face walking off, knowing she's done everything she can do today.
That gave her a 457.5 kilo total, £1,000, sixth place. And now here we go. This is Yansu Huang, Chinese Taipei.
Well,
She is trying to take that overall silver
big jump,
away from
15
Emily
kilos.
Finnan. Well, she missed her opener, didn't she?
Yeah.
So I think this would probably be the planned third anyway. But instead of stepping up to it, but it's hard to do that, isn't it?
It can be difficult to take those sorts of jumps, particularly at the lighter body weights when you're just not designed for that. Oh, she's got it moving though. Oh, she
Did
didn't
you
quite
see
get
her
it there.
foot slip on the towel?
Oh, I missed that. We'll see that in the replay.
I think it was a little bit before the pull started. But I think it was just a little bit too heavy. It was too big a jump to take in one go. Is she safe in third place though?
I think she is. I don't think they can catch it. Yeah,
It would
it'd be an enormous
it would,
ask to
it would.
catch.
But I've seen stranger
Well,
things
that's,
happen in
that's
powerlifting.
true. I mean, when someone gets the sniff of a medal at a world championship, they find some extra strength, don't they?
And of course, we have deadlift medals to award as well as the
Yeah, there
overall.
was a change that went in.
Yep,
She is going to challenge for the bronze.
gonna go for it. But here we have Laura Savalainen for 185. This will get her onto the deadlift podium, at least temporarily. I think she was wise to bring the bar to the back of the platform there.
Yeah, they'll clean that platform up after this. Oh, moved well. She's
Oh,
got
it
it
was a
there.
tough lockout.
I think she's happy with that.
A little bit hard to tell.
That was a great lift, and you can move the bar anywhere you want on the platform.
Yeah. As long as you're facing the front, I guess.
Yeah, within reason. You can't
So,
turn around.
Here's Sabrina Mancini. She is looking to take that bronze medal away.
That would be so great to see her get on the podium for the deadlift.
This is only 2.5 kilos more. than she did for her second. 187.5 on the bar.
Yeah, and her second moved really well, so I can't see this being an issue.
Mancini.
I think she's got that.
think
That
she
should
has.
be white lights. It is
So she takes the bronze in
bronze medal. Well done.
deadlift. Shame for Savalainen, but that's the way it goes.
This will not change their placings, which are deadlift gold.
So Johnson just dropped her third lift.
She had 205 in. She's come down to 197.5.
Yep, she doesn't need any more than that. She's got it locked away.
She's already secure in first place. She walks out onto the platform already the 57 kilo open world champion. And
Oh,
no!
did she get the
it?
down command?
I'm not sure. I think she got the down command, but I don't think it was under control on the way down. And her lockout was a bit soft as well.
Yeah,
But you
it
know
was,
what?
but she's the world
None of that
champion.
matters. She is the world champion. Yeah, that lockout's a little bit
Yeah.
soft there. Shoulders are forward. She wasn't going to
Man,
get
she's
that
such a
anyway.
great sport. She's got such a big smile on her face anyway.
So here we go. We have one lift remaining. We have Alessandra Cenigliaro, Italy, for 205 kilos.
This is a Hail Mary. This is for the
It is,
gold
but this will
deadlift
get
and
her
bronze overall.
on the podium overall.
You know, her 190 moves really well. And when someone gets a sniff of a podium finish, somehow they just find another gear.
It's a big ass though. The most she's done up to now is 190. This is 15 kilos heavier.
Well, she's going to take advantage of the opportunity presented to her. She's got nothing to lose.
And she's got it moving.
Oh, but just
But
can't
not
get it
all
to the
the
top.
way.
What an effort.
Ah, what a shame.
And you
She
know what? That
finishes
was
in fourth.
worth putting on there.
It absolutely was.
You know, she had
It
nothing to
absolutely
lose.
was.
She had an opportunity that was handed to her. She gave it a crack.
So we should get the standings for you there now. Kimberly Johnson takes her first open world title with 545. Emily Finnan, junior world champion, put in a phenomenal
Yeah,
performance
she really
today.
did.
530. And Yensu Huang
And
takes
just
the bronze
hung in
for
there to
515.
get the bronze,
Yeah.
didn't she? I'd say Kimberly Johnson will be all smiles tonight, but she's all smiles all the time.
So we have the medal ceremony coming up for you in just a few minutes. I hope you'll stick around for that. And we are not finished yet today. 6 p.m. CET, we will have the 74 kilo men. Join us then.
Sultani, Asian Federation President. These are not just medals, they are a piece of unique art that has been donated to the competition. So this is something very, very special. However, yes, stand them on the floor because you don't want to drag them backwards and forwards to the podium. Okay, so we will give the medals for individual lifts first of all. So squat, bronze medal position, 195 kilos, goes to Italy's Alessandra Cenigliaro. Silver medal on squat with 207.5 kilos, goes to US Virgin Islands, Kimmy Johnson. And squat gold with 212.5 goes to Germany's Emily Finnan. Well done, ladies. Great job. Thank you. And now to the bench press. In bronze medal position with 142.5 kilos from US Virgin Islands, it's Kimmy Johnson. Bench press silver with 152.5 goes to Germany's Emily Finnan. Bench press gold, also with 152.5, goes to Chinese Taipei's Yan-Su Huang. I'd love to see it settled on body weight. That just shows how close the competition was. Great job, ladies, thank you. Now to deadlift. Taking deadlift bronze with 187.5 kilos is Italy's Sabrina Mancini. Deadlift silver with 190 kilos goes to Italy's Alessandra Cenigliaro. Deadlift gold with 195 kilos goes to US Virgin Islands, Kimmy Johnson. Well done, ladies, thank you. Thank you very much. And now to the overall and to crown the new 57 kilo Open World Champion. In bronze medal position with a total of 515.5 kilos from Chinese Taipei, Yan-Su Huang. Overall silver with 530 kilos goes to Germany's Emily Finnan. And your new 57 kilo Open World Champion with 545 kilos from US Virgin Islands, Kimmy Johnson! Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem, the US Virgin Islands. Well done, ladies. An absolute pleasure to watch. Great job. Thank you. Okay, ladies, if you will rejoin your compatriots in line. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving these ladies a round of applause as they leave the platform behind the technical controller, clockwise fashion.